Good night, everybody. So it is 3 minutes after midnight. It is Friday the 19th. Yeah, not Friday the 13th, Friday the 19th. So if you haven't seen yesterday's video, well, first of all, I was just randomly talking over some nature episode that I've been watching in the afternoon. We had a long shopping at Target yesterday, a long one. Like, not only games. Well, let me tell you, but Model Magic Play-Doh, but I turned it into slime, believe it or not. I turned Play-Doh into slime. Oh, okay. It worked again. Okay, because I've been pressing the turn off button for 4 times, it didn't work. I mean, we've been discussing at the beginning of the week that before we leave this trip, that I might rather get a new phone. Might get like an iPhone XR. I'm waiting for the iPhone 11 to come out in September. The iPhone 11 hasn't come out yet. Like, holy heck. It's 2019 and iPhone 11 hasn't come out. And what I mean is, well, maybe I skip 11 as well. Or maybe I go to 12. Since it was a big old phone company from 2007, I think they will really skip to 12 if they don't really recognize. But I think they have two other versions other than the XR. I think one of them was the XS and then one of them was the XC. I don't know if I'm right with the XC part. If you would have checked the models out, then that would have been great, because I'm not a good technologist compared to some other of you guys. But yeah, it is really interesting to hear that in the year 2019, not there being an iPhone 11 yet. But who knows? You never know. Who knows what happens in September, right? But yeah, I might get a new iPhone before I leave. Is the exact thing. Hey, what's up? Wait, what? I was just preparing a scenario. Yeah, in some of my videos I do scenarios, you know?
You're gonna think that I don't feed you.
I do scenarios sometimes. Well, have I really done any scenario? Well, sometimes I do scenarios. I mean, not really on this channel, but on the other channel I do some imagination and scenario stuff. Like, pretending, for example, like, pretending that I have played computer games all day long and also pretended that I don't want to go to school. Sometimes pretending to be sick. Like, just being out of reality, you know? Well, if you remember the video like from 2 weeks ago where I froze one very big slime, that was kind of a scenario too. You might get it as a scenario that I shocked my mom and she was like, where'd you get that from? And I told her I froze it in the cupboard, and yeah, she got even more shocked. So yeah, that was a scenario for you guys. You see, sometimes I do scenarios. Well guys, it's nearly 1 and today we're having lunch a bit earlier. Well, after lunch, well, we have some plans for the weekend. We're going to check more open houses throughout the weekend again, as we did in the last 2 or 3 weeks, the time we've been here. Well, we only have this weekend left because we're running out of time in this trip. Like next Friday, zoom, we go to the airport and back home after an amazing trip. But in the next 7 days, if we can check open houses and if we can do other stuff, just like when it was my university orientation day the other day, getting in a group, yeah, that's similar to what I mean. Because on the last full day, I mean, you heard me talk about it the other day when we were going to Wingnuts. My parents. When they argue sometimes, and I kind of don't like it. That was a part of a stress story we had on the first day and some other days of this trip. Well, sometimes it does feel long lasting. Sometimes I feel like I'm ready to get to next Friday. But sometimes I feel like, whoa, it feels like we just got on that plane yesterday. Like I was wearing the chef kind of hat. Sometimes that feels like yesterday, but here my father comes. Okay, here he comes finally, because My phone's battery is now at 9%.
Next Friday night. You won't sleep yet.
Yeah, I know. We'll be at the airport. We'll be on the plane.
Correct.
We will be on the 13-hour flights again, but this time, maybe on the return it might be a bit shorter.
It is 15 minutes to 25 minutes, maybe half an hour.
So on the way, like on the start of the trip, it's like you're on board for 14 hours, although the flight is 13, one less than the time on board. I think the time on the board this time might be a bit less. I think the time on board will be 13 and a half versus the flight might be between 12 and a half and 13. I'm not sure. But on the way, on June the 23rd, you remember when I was wearing a chef kind of thing? Yeah, I pretended that bag of my headphones was like a chef hat, and I pretended to become a chef.
Yes.
Yeah, that was like right before the departure, so you might remember. That was like the very first thing.
Take a picture of it. I can send that picture to you.
Yeah. Yeah, to make me remember that day, yeah. I'm going to get back on that plane on returning day.
Very likely the departure procedures at the airport in LAX will be way faster than the Istanbul one.
Maybe that's why the returning flight will last a bit shorter.
But the little bit problem might be when we go to Istanbul, it is going to take the plane.
Okay. Just got a little treat. You know, my dad isn't even here yet, but I'm like right next to the movie theaters. Yeah. As I said at the very beginning of the video, today's Friday, July the 19th, aka the day The Lion King has been released on theaters. Yeah. The Lion King is on the list of these movies. I think they have one for today at some time. I'm not sure if I'm planning to watch it. We only have like 1 week before we return. Like next week at this time, we're already at the airport, believe it or not. Fire's still not back, but I still couldn't even see the list of the theater since we parked somewhere pretty significant, like between the walls. Like right between these lights, which are obviously off since it is yet really sunny outside. And yeah, kind of funny at this time of day, that sky really looks really interestingly blue when it's after 4 p.m. Yeah, still couldn't see the list. There's like a list there. And on that list, pretty excitingly, is Lion King. I think Lion King is on the top. Wait, what is this guy doing? Alright. Yo, yeah. Sorry, bro, I didn't know. My fault. Well, Lion King is on the list, pretty amazingly. Still don't get to see it. Perhaps I should just honk to make some... Oh, here he comes, actually. I didn't even need to. Here he comes. Let's close that. Oh, did you know that the Lion King is on the theaters today?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Want to go watch tomorrow, maybe?
Well, I think it's like somewhere on the list.
Sure, we can do it if you want.
Yeah. The last one was rather like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was that?
There we go.
Yeah.
Non-stop. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's the Regency theaters, though. That is not the same theater as we've been to last time.
That's fine.
Yeah, it
The
is.
other one was Edwards.
Yeah, I know.
But it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Movie
It was a
theaters,
big
huh?
theater. Oh, there we... Oh, yeah, it is at the top of the list. Yes. It is.
It's up to 10 o'clock. Want to go to Monday at 10 o'clock?
Why not 7? I mean, 8.
8 is better.
Yeah, Monday 8.
Can do that.
Yeah, we had decided a time now, you guys. 8 p.m. Monday. Yeah, Monday is the same the week we went to Toy Story 4.
Oh, is that right?
Yep. It was July the 1st. Monday at 8 p.m. it is, you guys. Monday 8 in the evening. It was pretty close to that time when we watched Toy Story 4, like back a few weeks ago. Like earlier this trip. But just a bit later. So yeah, I'm hoping that this Lion King movie is going to be really fun. I haven't watched The Lion King at all in my life. I haven't. I mean, you are lucky if you saw it. I never saw Lion King. I never had a chance to even watch the 1994 version of The Lion King. Yeah, there was a like cartoon kind of version. And if you ever had a chance to watch that, great. Lucky. Because I never even had a look at the trailers. I never even had a look at these cartoons. Like, none of that at all. So, I'm ready for that. Alright, guys. It is dinner time. Like, all these 10 minutes we have been doing nothing but sorting out FedEx papers. Kind of insane. Oh, yeah. Since the engine is not on, my window doesn't open. Or else it would have opened pretty easily. Okay, that'll be great. That'll be great for me. Let's see how many minutes.
50 seconds. What do you say?
50 seconds. 31 seconds.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, just that.
Timer on?
Time. Oh my god.
I'll count.
I think it's 25 now.
2, 3, 4,
Maybe you're counting a bit too slow.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Are you sure it's this Patriot sometimes? Patriot! Whoa. What a god.
Yuh diyorum.
Well,
Sandviçler yaptım,
there's a.
buz verdim.
You said that I didn't eat any food.
And he says he was dramatizing it. He was acting out, actually.
Ah, yeah,
There
that's.
was a script.
Well, you see, that's.
Like you are saying that you didn't eat, like you make me look like a bad mom. It's like 3 p.m. My child still didn't eat.
I'm just trying to. Yeah, this is like the point of making scenarios, you guys.
Yeah, scenario.
So-
Good.
Yeah. Scenarios.
It sounds like real. Like,
You sure?
you're talking.
Sometimes I am into scenario worlds.
You are into a scenario world. You live in a scenario world.
Sometimes.
We all do, Darren. We all live in a scenario
The whole
world
humanity
sometimes.
does.
Yes, we
When
all
they
do.
feel.
We all live
when they
in
feel
our own
down.
fantasies.
Yeah, when you feel down, you would want to go into fantasy worlds. So tomorrow we're going to continue our weekend bases, which we're going to miss this time next week because we're going to be on a plane. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Have a good day. Have a good weekend, folks. If it's already Saturday in your place.